If she refuses to wash dishes or make a plate for you, she definitely not gonna wash your feet. There goes the difference. Where we have interesting dialogue surrounding hot button topics and having thought-provoking discussions. So I know there's a big thing out there with the passport bros going overseas to find women and what they call escaping the matrix. So I wanted to see it from a different perspective. I wanted to know why they're going over there and what do these Latin women or Asian women or women from another country, what do they offer that the men aren't getting here? So today I have a guest. I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi everyone, my name is Janelle and I'm from Dominican Republic. I've been in the United States for 7 years and I consider myself a submissive and traditional woman.
So how long you been in the United States? You said 7 years?
7 years.
So, a lot of times the men don't want their women to come when they're from a country like that. They don't want them to come here because they feel that the women in the United States will change them and make them, bring them into the matrix, make them different, make them say, oh, I'm American now. So what stops you from becoming that type of woman?
I come with the mentality. I get here with a fiance visa and I marry an American one. When I get here in the beginning, I don't speak a good English. So I have to start working in places where they don't pay me a lot. And we start growing together. And at one point, since I moved here, I was never thinking I will grow in a par or I would grow pair with the guy I was dating.
All right. So I have a few little clips I want you to look at. These are, I guess we call them non-traditional women or women that say they're non-traditional. And so I want to see what your reaction is to what they say. So,
no, I'm so non-traditional though.
So yeah.
I'm just
a very traditional person.
It's too traditional for me.
If I'm cooking, I will make you a plate. Like, you don't got to get up and go make your plate.
But I feel like you got hands, right? He got feet, right? So
yeah,
get your
man.
And that's understandable. Completely understandable.
That's
but get up and fix your own plate. Like what? I think it's because it's too traditional for me. I don't like being submissive. I don't like feeling like I'm just like gotta cater to you. Like it's so bad,
I love to be submissive.
It's just like it's too cliche. It's like, let's just do our own, start our own traditions. Like, but
all right. So, what do you think about that? Let me start off. So, I know. I tell you what. I have a clip here from that you sent in. It's your mom. So let me see, and we'll talk about that. So this is your mom. I think around the holiday.
She feeding. Yeah, this is what they do in DR. See, that's the woman.
So that's your mom, right?
She fixed the plate.
So she done fixed the plate. He got hands, right?
She feeding. Yeah. Bring in the plate first. Got his food all there. Got him ready.
She can go ahead and eat.
That's how they do it.
So the first question is, did you learn to do this? Well, let's talk about the video. Does this go over well in your country when a woman's like, oh, well, he got hands. He can do this by himself. You don't need,
Okay, in all culture, they teach us how to treat a man good. And also...
So you was born, your mom raised you how to be like that?
Yes, my mom raised me to be like that. My mom teach me that. My mom is an independent woman. My dad passed when I was 16, and my mom is being the provider in the house all the time. But still, as you can see, she's not masculine. When it's about treat the man good and take care of men, that's come first. Before my mom sit down and eat, or even me as an adult now, before I sit and eat my food, I serve my man food. I make sure my man have in the table everything he needs, and then I know I'm ready to sit down, eat, and enjoy my meat. I love it and I enjoy to do that because that's happiness. That's bring me joy, happiness, and if my man is happy, I will be happy.
So do you work?
Yeah, I work.
So you work.
I work in my master. That's mean I have a lot on my plate, but it's still taking care of my man. Still go home, clean, make sure everything clean, organized. I'm the type of woman they always think, and I learned that from generations, like my mom, my grandmom. I don't let my man going outside with his clothes have wrinkles or dirty, nothing like that. Even the underwear. You never know if your man is cheating. For example, your man is cheating on you when he going out.
He got dirty underwear.
Yeah, what the other woman will to think about you. You dirty too. So that's the things that we do as a traditional woman in my culture. I cannot speak about other cultures or other people. I can speak about my personal experience.
I can say that I remember when I was in Dominican Republic, and I think it was a group of us sitting down at the table, and a group of guys. So we're just talking, not hungry at the moment. And so the girl, she knows some English. She came to us and was like, "Hey, y'all hungry? You want to eat?" Like, no, we just gonna have a drink now. We're not gonna eat. So she went up and started fixing her plate and sat down and eat. And at this time, they'd speak a little faster. So the grandmother started cussing her out, like blah 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 blah. And I was like, "What's the problem?" And she said her grandmother was upset that she was eating and did not serve the men that was there. And we're like, "Wait, we fine. But that's how ingrained it is in their culture. And I know a lot of times people, when I've gone over there to the Dominican Republic or even Latin countries, where you see an older man and a younger woman, and here they say, "Well, she doesn't even know how to be a wife." I've seen the girls at 12, 13, they already started cooking. I dated a girl and she had like a little sister, and I'm like, "She cooking? Man? She too young to be doing that. How she cooking? She cooking dinner, then cook breakfast, taking care of the kids and the family, cook, clean, and she not even 18 yet, so she was already designed to be a housewife beforehand." I don't see that here in the United States, so I think that's one issue.
Yeah, this is because since we turn to 9 or 10 years old, we need to be able to know how to do the laundry, how to cook, how to clean, and even how to wash your underwear. This is another thing they teach us pretty good. You gotta wash your own underwear every time that you take a shower. And your underwear needs to look clean and shine no matter what. So those things they teach us as a young women. Of course, we need to have education, we need to work, we need to make money, but taking care of your family, get married, have baby at several age, that's come first for us.
Let's see this other this lady's talking about.
Only because I feel like it. Don't be like, "Oh, gonna make me a plate." Who are you talking to? Oh my God.
Is that the attitude of I've never seen that attitude over there. I see the women like are more submissive and want to make a plate.
Yeah, that we go back to the same point we was talking about in the beginning, how you can sit down and eat your meat or make your plate first. I know my man have feet, my man has 2 hands as I do, but why if I'm there he need to go and take care of himself when I can do it?
I guess the women here just say, "Well, I work just as hard. I work. Why do I gotta take care of my man?"
I don't understand that mentality. I don't understand where that coming from. I work, I still do homework, get home, do homework, clean, and do everything the women's supposed to do at the house. Sometimes I'm too tired, and of course my man help me up. But most part of the time, even when I'm tired and he say, "You need help," no, because I feel that's my job, my responsibility.
So what's the man's responsibility?
Well, taking care the wife, the woman, be a good provider, protector, from my opinion, I can make us. I mean, some women feel like I make the same amount of money that their men do, and they feel they in the same level. We are not. We're different.
Let's see what this I'm gonna see what this
Exactly.
person-
I'll just be like, so you want me to cook for you?
Want me to clean for you?
You
me
want
to
to
do
come
all
me
this.
wash your clothes, but you not trying to have me be
So,
woman. Like,
why you- so
what
why
the?
you-
So is that like a strange thing? What she's saying? Like she's saying, like you want me to cook and wash clothes? Like it's something rare? Is that like rare, or is that just something you guys do?
It's something we do natural, and we do because we like to do, not
So-
because my man told me bring me my plate.
So I got another question. When you came to the United States and you met American women, and you say like, "Oh, I gotta cook or I gotta do this for my man," did they have like, "You cook or you clean"? Did they say anything like that, or did you meet women that say you don't have to do that once you're here?
Sometimes I have interacting with women think like that. They think they work, they make money, they don't have to clean, they don't have to cook. But I was disagree about that. I don't feel inferior to my men because I do those women things about clean, cook, laundry, you know.
Let's see what else they got to say.
If a guy asks,
What? That's
if
crazy.
a guy asks you something, if a guy asks you to do something, and you're like, oh, where my ring at? And you ask a guy to do something, and he's like, well, how you think the ring gonna come?
You know I'm
The
non-traditional,
ring.
The ring.
so I don't feel like I have to cook for you. For what?
This mindset.
See, this is what I feel. This is what I see. This is my opinion. A lot of times, so I see this is why the guys go overseas. So I think the women in the United States thinks they're inferior if they submissive. So the men go overseas because it's a give and take relationship. So a guy will meet a girl and she'll do things for him. Like I remember when I met a girl, like she said, I was in the shower about to come out. By the time I got out, my clothes was already ironed. Well, before I got there, it was like, hey, let me get these things for you. Let me buy these things that I know he likes. May not be expensive, but it was like, I'm gonna cook for him. I'm gonna do these small things. So if you're a high value man, like I consider myself in the upper echelon, it becomes a time aspect. And what I mean by that is I can cook, I can clean, I can do the laundry, I can fold my own clothes, but that becomes cost prohibitive for me. So if I can have somebody take care of that 20% and I can still do my 80%, I can even achieve more. So if my wife came in there and said, hey, I know you're going to the gym, here's, I got your meal cooked, your protein shake done, or, the laundry is done, I don't have to worry about that. That gives me that extra time during the week to do whatever I need to do to make money. And I found that the higher that you get in the income, the less time you want to spend doing those small things. I thought it was a great deal when I had my house, my car, and every Saturday morning I wake up and I would wash the car and I cut the grass. And by the time it got to 12 o'clock, I'm already tired. I don't have the energy to wash.
Especially when it's hot, right?
Yeah. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna pay somebody to wash I'm gonna get the thing where I can just take my car through and get it washed. And I'm gonna pay somebody to cut my grass. So that just saved me 5 hours every week. And I can do so much more with that. So if your wife can come in and cook for you, take care of those things, I think that's one of the things. So when guys from the United States go to those countries, it's like overwhelming to be treated
in a nice way.
in a nice way. And the sad thing is, to them, when I say them, Latinos, Asians, people in those countries, they're not really treating us nice. They're just treating us normal. That's just a normal thing.
Yes.
So I got one video I want to play because I think a lot of the women now, and when I've seen, the passport bros, they're going overseas. Let me say one thing. So one thing they say, oh, you just taking somebody who's from a poor country and you bring them here because they don't have no money or means. Tell me about your country and, was you poor? Were you, tell me about it.
Well, I consider myself in a middle class. We have like a poor, middle class, and rich. When I was there, I got a good job. I work for the government and I have my own car. Still living with my mom, but not because I don't have a place or I don't have the money for pay for, but because save me money. I was doing college to study at that time. I take the decision to move here because what in that moment a man provide for me, just because I like the man I was dating. I want to move here because he put a little pressure, but not all the women's over there, I can speak about Dominicans, are poor or looking advantage of you. You just have to pick and find the good ones and the ones that want to come here with a purpose. I have a lot of family live in New York. We've been talking about that, and they don't even speak English. And they've been here for 20 years, have the same job for 10, 15 years. I see myself in the way that I was like, I need to be in a better position. That's why I start to study English, go to college, and do better. But yeah, I take the decision to come here just because I was in love, no because other
So
than
it wasn't
that.
for the visa, it wasn't for those things.
Exactly. It wasn't for the visa. Well, you can find women looking you for that. And it's your choice. You can figure it out with the simple tips. We've been talking about that a lot of times, but I can't because I was in love. That was my purpose.
The one thing I did notice is a lot of, some of the American women say, oh, I'm going to go overseas and I'm going to get, a man. So I want to play this clip because I'm going to let you know what some of my Latino friends said about that.
The Indian, a Hispanic.
As an advocate for the Hispanics,
I'm sorry.
I can go date an Indian, a Hispanic.
as an advocate for the Hispanics, we would like to politely decline this offer. She doesn't know how to cook or clean, and she argues about everything. No, thank you.
I can go date an Indian, a Hispanic.
As an advocate.
So, my thing is, I want to know about so I've talked to some like Dominican men. I said, would you date a black woman or something like that? And if you want to know somebody who wants something for a visa, that would be strictly for a visa. I could not imagine a Latino man coming home and the woman say, I'm not cooking.
No.
That won't happen. I just like, I ain't clean. No. I didn't do this. I couldn't even imagine it. That wouldn't.
You're right. Especially Dominicans. I mean, Dominicans are used to be good taken care. I can say that. They like to come home. And I remember that with my mom. My dad works 8 to 6 p.m. And my dad come to home to eat lunch at 12. But before my dad even get in the door, the food was set it in the table, the water, everything he needs. Absolutely everything. His sandals for he get comfortable. And how you call hanger? And a hanger for he put his teacher for the hour he'll be at home. That's things the Dominican don't play. It doesn't matter if you have money, you can bring it to the States. Some of them can make a sacrifice and marry American women for the visa, but most of them don't going to play with their piece and their good treat. No, they need to be good treatment.
Just not going to happen. So what do you think is the failure? So why do you think the American men are going to other countries dating Latino? Let's say you're Latino. Why do you think that?
Because we, how you say cariñoso? More caring, touching, loving. We taking care of the men, like we've been talking in the long video. We like to have fun, party. We argument, but not all the time like American women. Because the same, we back to the roof. We more traditional and submissive.
So I think that is one of the problems. American women want men to be traditional, want us to be providers, protectors, and always say, I want a 50-50 relationship. And I always say they want a 50-50 relationship until the bill comes for dinner. Then we're not 50-50 anymore. They can say, oh, I can pay, or the man can pay. But as soon as that man pays, they won't talk to him. So they are not traditional in any way, but expect a man to be traditional. So I think a lot of men, and I tried to explain to them, and I said, I'm going there for, guys are going overseas for this, that. And I said, just imagine how much they think about you if they spend $500 on a ticket, $500 on a hotel, pack up clothes to go see somebody else. Because, if you're saying your date is $1,000, a guy just calculates in his mind, says, well, if I go to Dominican Republic, I can meet a girl, go out with her, have more fun, maybe even be more intimate without all the drama. And yeah, it may have cost me $1,000, but if I do that in the United States, I spend $1,000 and then get nothing but an issue. I hear women saying, oh, you got to pay my babysitter before I go out, or you got to pay for my hair before I go out. So the guy just said a return on investment. I'd rather pay where I can go somewhere and at least I'm treated good and I know the outcome of what's going to happen. Then here, it's like Russian roulette. I'm just rolling the dice. I don't know, where we going or what we doing or what the case may be.
Yeah, I think if the women here chill a little bit and don't try to be so masculine, try to pretend to be that we can be strong. We're capable to do a lot of things the men can do, but not all the things. And we need to be realistic about that. And that's something that a man's like you, I think that's would be, how you say the word, when you don't like something, turn you off?
Yeah, turn me off.
Turn it off. Because it's the masculine. Over there, you see women just smile all the time, chill all the time. I see women here and be like, whoa, they look mean or they look angry. But it's not either one. They don't mean, they don't angry. They just decide to don't be happy or smile or be friendly. You don't see that.
And I don't think a woman can turn her femininity on and off. Either you feminine or you not. It's just like me. If I meet a woman and I, no disrespect to any community, but I'll say, I'm like, hey girl, how you doing? What's going on? Yeah, everything cool. And you look at me like, yeah. And I say, well, I would be masculine, once I meet a feminine woman. I'll never meet that feminine woman because no woman is going to date me. So it's just like a man. When a woman says, I'm masculine, but I'll be feminine for the right man. The masculine man is never going to deal with that. He just doesn't have to. Why am I going to deal with somebody who's going to take my peace away and I got to argue against?
It's not a good gimmick. No.
All right. I think we'll wrap this up. You have anything last thing to say?
No, not really. I enjoy my time with you and discussing this topic.
We'll have to bring you back for some other topics.
My pleasure.
Thanks, everyone. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and give me some comments. Let me know what you think.